What's up, sound nerds? Welcome to my channel where I offer my unfiltered, no BS thoughts and opinions on audio tech from a hobbyist consumer level perspective. You won't find overhype, sellout product pushing, or waste of time fancy editing here. I will be touching on technical specs and features, but they are not the highlights here. I want you to picture my videos simply as a friend speaking to a friend about things he liked and didn't like. Sound can be very subjective, so I will do my best to describe what I'm hearing in detail. It's okay if you don't agree. Comment below and tell me about your experience. Positive conversation is what I'm doing this for. If you're inclined to hit the dislike button, I won't be mad at you, but do me a solid and let me know what it is I can do to improve my next video. I try to reply to all comments that come my way. I hate it when I ask a question to these famous reviewers, knowing it will forever go unanswered. With that said, help me keep the trolls back and subscribe. Now let's get to it. Okay guys, I'm here with the Bose QC35. These things retail for around 350 bucks plus tax. Now, I've seen them go down to around 300 bucks. I haven't seen them dip too much further below that. So you're looking at around 300 bucks unless you're going to go used, in which case, you know, sky's the limit. So you got 3 different colors. You got black, silver, and triple midnight. Now, the competition in this price range is fierce. All right, you're coming up against some tough competitors. When it comes to build quality, when it comes to sound, when it comes to features. The thing about Bose is that it's never been the best at any one thing. I guess maybe they were the king at ANC until other companies started jumping on board here. And I've heard Sony outdo them. We'll get to ANC in a little bit. But the thing about Bose is they've always been solid. They've made headphones and earbuds and speakers, and they always have a good, solid sound. Not for everyone. Some people are not going to like it, but they can't hate it. You know, you can't listen to a Bose product and be like, oh, this is the worst. You know, so it's always going to be solid. And that's going to be the word of the day when it comes to Bose and me. I think Bose is very solid. I won't really talk about its competitors right now. I'll wait till a little bit later when we go through a couple more things. The look. I got the black ones here. They look professional. There's nothing fancy about them. They don't go out of their way to be flashy. You know, they don't put skulls on their side or anything like that. Not the Skull Candy does that very much. I'm just saying. Like V-Modas. If you look at the V-Moda Crossfade 2s, I'll bust these out real quick. You know, these are very flashy. You know, so I can't picture a CEO on an airplane wearing the V-Modas unless he likes amazing sound. So they look good. The feel, even though they're all plastic, they feel really good, man. They feel high quality, and that's kind of tough to do when something is made out of all plastic and you're touching it. Usually it feels cheap, you know, crap, and creaks and cracks, a lot like the Beats. There's no creaks and cracks. Well, maybe a little bit, but I mean, these things are solid, man. You're not gonna feel them and be like, man, this feels really cheap. So these are good. I like, you know, look at the spring. It comes out really wide. So if you got a big head like myself, you'll be fine. So the build quality is there. The sound, and I'm running through this little review real quick. You don't need a lot of time on this. The sound, to me, this is a very highs-driven headphone. It is, you know, I played songs that I have like a test list that I usually play with all my headphones, just because I'm familiar with the song, so I know what it, you know, I know what I like, what it sounds like. So I tried Slipknot's Snuff, right? That's one of the songs that I use, and immediately I noticed, you know, the vocals are really good, and you can hear the instruments in the background. It's really nice, but once that bass supposed, you know, it's supposed to drop, it's supposed to sound like thunder, man, it was not there. It was not dramatic at all. There was no drama to the music, so it was just very neutral. It didn't do anything for me. I then tried Pitbull. I like Pitbull. We got that. Now I have my Spotify set to high output music, so it's the highest I'm gonna get. I don't know. There's other programs you could use to get higher codecs, or higher compression, or less compression on the. That's another video. Point is, I use Spotify at the highest setting. Anyways, so I use timbre as a song reference, a reference song, and the S's on this song when the lady's singing, it's kind of harsh, man. So it's just right there where it's on the harsh level. So if I were to envision the EQ on the Bose, I would envision that peak on the high side to be pretty high. The mids, the instruments in the background and all that, I don't know, I didn't feel it. It was there, but they're a lot flatter. I can tell that this is a very vocal driven headphone. So I then got the idea, why not try them with an audiobook? So I'm currently listening to Helldivers Book 2, and RC Brave's voice, I mean, it comes out really well. So if I was really, if I was going to use these on traveling, and I love to listen to audiobooks, I'm a big audiobook nerd, these would be very good for that. Call quality, I didn't have any complaints. I made a phone call or two. I had no complaints, so I'm able to get through a conversation. I obviously can't hear myself on the other line, so they could be like, "Man, I don't want to talk to that guy." I could barely hear him. So features, it has ANC, and that's its claim to fame, right? The QC35, its claim to fame is ANC. Guys, the ANC, it works, all right, it really does, but if you turn it on and don't have anything playing, just no music at all, just silence, man, I felt like there's just so much pressure in my head. It was making me sick. It gave me a damn headache for sure. So that went away when I started playing some music, but then I tried low and I tried off. And the ANC does mess with the sound a little bit. You might actually like it better with it off or on. It just depends. You have to play with it. My head was hurting, so to me, the music wasn't dramatic enough to like at any level. So I did not like the sound quality. If you ask me, I did not like the sound quality. Now the volume is there, which is really rare. If you watch my other videos, that's like my number one complaint, right? The volume. I want more volume. I think the volume was really good, but that's just because they have the highs driven up so high that it hurts your ear and you have to turn it down, So it's I think it might just be a trick of their EQing. As far as the codecs in 2018 to only have SBC, it's okay. If it's properly EQ'd, it's going to sound really good. And for all intent and purposes, these headphones do sound good. It's very clear, crystal clear sound. Crystal clear, neutral sound is what I would describe the Bose QC35. It's not dramatic. You're not going to feel the music, Definitely the bass. I mean, anyone that puts these headphones on is like, yeah, it has enough bass for me. What I have to say to you, sir, is get the hell out of here. You don't know nothing about bass, bro. They do not have no bass, all right? These headphones have zero bass. I mean, it's just in the background just so that it can get through the just to create a beat. But bass really makes music more dramatic, and there is no drama with this EQing on these headphones. Now, I looked for the ability to change the EQ and I could not find it. So, there's that. Now, you could do that with the earbuds. They have different EQ settings, and there's no reason why they couldn't do that with the headphones to give you more, play like the Sony's XM3s. You can actually change the EQs and play with that, and I really did like that. As much as I don't like Sony, they did a good job with that. So, and I did not get that feeling I got with the ANC, that high pressure feeling in my face and my head. I did not get that with the XM3s. So kudos to Sony for being able to do that. Would I spend $350? Would I spend $300? Man, like I said, in that price range, you're coming up against some amazing headphones, dude. I'd much rather have the Master & Dynamics MW50 Plus. They have a cool trick where you can go from on-ear to over-ear. I think they sound better. They're more dramatic, even though the bass is not as present as it is on the V Modas Crossfade 2s, which I would also want over the Bose. Now, the reason most people will go with the Bose QC35 is the ANC, right? That's the thing. That's what I want, the ANC. Well, for $350, man, you can get yourself the Neurophones. And if you watch my other videos, you know I'm a fan of the Neurophones. It has ANC. It has all the technology that the Sony XM3 has, which is also another solid choice for an ANC headphone. But if it was between the XM3s and the Neuras, again, I'm going to go with the Neuras, man. The Neuras just have all the technology that the Sonys have, and they implement it better, you know. The touch controls, I think, work better. The ANC may not be as good, but, you know, the passive noise isolation on the Neuras work very well, so they go hand in hand. So you're going to get more features. If you really want ANC, I would definitely look at the Sony's XM3s or the Neurophones, right? Those are on the high end. If that's your big deal, that's what you're really after is the ANC, definitely look at those as far as what I believe to be better competitors. You might even be able to find a better price, but and if you want to go lower, if you have to have ANC, I would also look at the Skull Candy venues. I know there's a lot of people that, you know, Skull Candy is just a young crowd sort of headphone, but the venues sound really nice and they have ANC. And if that's the big selling point, ANC, then you'll have it. As far as comfort goes, I know I kind of glossed over it, but I just thought about this. The Bose headphones happen to be probably the most comfortable headphones I've ever put on my head. Right? They're very comfortable. They're solid. They're made well. You're going to have them many years. The ANC does work. It really does. I still got a headache, man. I think I tested them too long. So they're a solid pair of headphones. I just don't like the price, because in that price range you can get better. You can get more for your money. If you went with the XM3s, maybe because the Neurophones were a little too heavy for you or a little too bulky, or you travel a lot and you have to have a very small package, the Neurophones are not small and they don't fold up. So I can totally justify going with the XM3s, and the XM3s do sound better, man. They sounds fuller, it sounds richer. You can even change it to make it brighter, and it has all the options that I like. It ticks most of the boxes that I like. As far as volume goes, that was a problem for me. Volume is usually a problem for most of my headsets, but then again, I didn't have the XM3s long enough to really give them a good go, and I'm actually thinking of maybe going to, copping them again and having them for about a week or two just to really give them a run for their money. But anyways, as far as the Bose goes, no, for $350 or $300, I can get something much better. If I'm after build quality, I'm going with Master and Dynamic. If I'm going with gym headphones, I'd probably go with the V Modas. If I want bass, I'm definitely going to go with the Skull Candy 360s, Crusher 360s, or the OG Crushers. Or again, the Neurophones. I keep coming back to that. There's just no reason for me to buy the Bose QC35, guys. I can't think of a reason or a situation where they would be the best choice, to look professional. Well, the Sony's XM3s look professional, and they have all the features and then some, and they have a better ANC that does not make you feel like your head's going to explode. So I know I'm going to get a whole lot of dislikes from this. I know all you Bose fans are going to come out and just hammer me. I'm telling my truth, guys. I cannot do anything more than that, all right? I can tell you, yeah, these are amazing. Go buy them, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you my honest truth from a hobbyist standpoint. I try a lot of headphones. It's what I love to do. I love to try and pick out the nuances in sound and really dig into all this technology, man. It's amazing. It's mind-boggling that we're listening to music in freaking muffs. If you were to take these and travel back in time and put those on King Henry's head and be like, yo, try this, he'd be like, voodoo magic, hang that man. So it's really amazing to be able to try and all this technology. It's just mind-boggling. So, no, I'm going to take a pass on the QC35s, but I already had a feeling I would. I'm just not a big Bose sound signature fan. Now, I actually the Bose Buds, which I will do a review on. I have a different story to tell on that. I actually really like those buds. So it's just the headphones. I think for the price range, you can get much better headphones. So thanks, guys.